I could have just stayed in kickboxing. I want to challenge myself.
We mentioned nearly 80 pro kickboxing bouts reported.
Last Stylebender!
I just know I want to be the best, so I'm here to prove that I'm the best fighter in the world.
That is a great debut. We knew he had striking skills and no shortage of confidence.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Oh, another knockdown! Israel Adesanya!
That's the real deal, ladies and gentlemen. Make no mistake about it.
I keep saying, man, I don't throw in hope. I aim and fire.
One of the greatest title fights you will see.
Hey, Rob, I'm the champion. Let's go.
Israel Adesanya is what he knew and thought he was, the best middleweight on planet Earth.
Fiz duas lutas com ele, pô, a primeira ele perdeu por pontos, a segunda foi por nocaute.
Feared strikers to ever fight in kickboxing.
Todo mundo viram, né, a possibilidade de eu estar lutando com ele e bater de frente com ele, mesmo ele sendo o campeão.
Knocked out Israel Adesanya with one punch with kickboxing gloves. This man is a monster.
Falam das duas vitórias que eu tive contra o Israel Adesanya, mas além disso, a gente tá falando de kickboxing, né? Hoje é MMA.
Oh! The next middleweight title.
Now he is the #1 contender, and with the backstory that Izzy and Pereira have, this fight makes absolute total sense.
Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira, they are set to rematch again. They will be fighting a third time.
Wow, what an announcement by Dana White. UFC 287. I think for us, the UFC fans, will be waiting for this news for quite some time, but we just didn't know when it was going to be announced. We knew Israel wanted to run it back with Alex Pereira, but we were not sure the time frame on the timeline that Israel was going to be given. Or will he put his name out there and say, I want to contest for this belt again? What an announcement. It was beautiful. This is something the UFC fans have been waiting for quite some time after UFC 281. The main event, Alex Pereira, the UFC middleweight champion, against his old foe, arch nemesis, Israel Adesanya. But before we get to that, the co-main event, Gilbert Burns versus Jorge Masvidal. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. It promises to be electrifying. I know there are going to be loads and loads of fireworks. There are some fights on paper which you would say it will deliver. It will be energetic. It will be charismatic. It will be electrifying. And then it doesn't live up to the expectations. But one thing I know, when Gilbert Burns is involved, when Jorge Masvidal is involved, I promise you, it promises to be electrifying. They promise to be fireworks. Now let's go back to the main event. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira, the middleweight champion. I keep asking myself, is it too soon? Is he fighting the rematch because he deserves it, or he is deserving of it, or is fighting the rematch because of his pride? Now let's take this back a bit. Before Alex came to the UFC, they had met twice, and on both occasions, Alex Pereira came out victorious. And of course, the most talked about was a knockout in their second bout, of which it didn't go well with Israel Adesanya. Although on the judges' scorecard, he was winning that fight until he was knocked out by Alex Pereira. Almost the same scenario at UFC 281. He was winning on all the judges' scorecard 3-1 until the 5th round where he was knocked out. Could it be too soon for him? Could he have fought against other opponents? But then, if you look at it, the middleweight is not a division that is full of killers as of now. The middleweight is a division that is lacking talent. The middleweight is a division that is full of guys that are not hungry, that are not disciplined. Yes, we can talk about Bo Nickel, but Bo just got into the UFC not long ago. So I don't see him, or I don't see his name being put in the contender for the middleweight belt anytime soon. I do believe Bo Nickal is a future champion. Will be a future champion, but not now. The company has to build him up and get him to that stage, but not now. Now, if you look at the middleweight division, who are those guys that you can say, these are the guys that are killers? These are the guys that can contest for the middleweight championship. I don't see any of them, except for Robert Whittaker. No disrespect to Marvin Vettori, but Marvin has always had too many excuses. He has always been given too many chances, and he always comes back with excuses. Sean Strickland, on the other hand, is on and off. Jared Cannonier, on the other hand as well, I don't think is a champion, the kind of champion we are looking for. I do believe the middleweight is not as stacked as the lightweight, as the bantamweight, or as the welterweight. As you can see, the light heavyweight is beginning to stack up. And with the return of John Jones, the heavyweight is also stacking up as well. But the middleweight division, on the other hand, is not stacked. I believe the UFC will do something about this soon by bringing in talents from different places and different parts of the world. Because if there's one thing about the UFC, they like to bring in the best. And the best wants to be in the UFC. Now let's consider the scenario. What if Israel loses again? And yes, he did say on Flagrant and on the MMA show with Ariel Helwani that it doesn't matter if he keeps losing. He's going to run it back over and over and over again. I love that. I like that character, I like that attitude. But psychologically, will he be able to address that? Taking a win, it's easy. But taking a loss, not just any kind of loss. Alex Pereira is currently 3-0 against Israel Adesanya. It wasn't the first time they were meeting. It was actually the third time. And it seems this guy has got Israel's number. Now, my question is this. What adjustment does Israel Adesanya need to make? What does he have to do to achieve victory? What does he have to overcome to be able to have his head and his hand raised up high come that day? What does he have to do? What does he have to do that he didn't do in the previous fight? Because I tell you one thing, Poatan will also go back to the drawing board and look at his weaknesses and try to address it. Glover Teixeira is retired, and he will make sure that Alex Pereira is well equipped going into that fight. So trust me, it's not going to be easy on Israel Adesanya as well. Now the thing you have to remember is this. Poatan does have not a secret weapon. This is a weapon everybody knows. But it's definitely a weapon you cannot avoid. Now, what can Israel Adesanya do to avoid that? In the build-up to their last fight, Israel did say he's not going to get too close to him. He's not going to put himself in the position to be hit by that left hook. But the problem is this. In the 5th round, he was hit by that left hook. He was destroyed by the left hook. He was destroyed by barrages of punches from Poatan. So, what guarantee do we have that this time around is going to be different? Now, I respect people that stick to one gym. I respect people that stick to one training coaches or training coach. But isn't it time for Israel to go places, go out? There's nothing to be ashamed of. You just want to be better. You just want to get yourself at the top. You just want to be the best of the best. You just want to be well equipped, so to say. Isn't it going to benefit Israel Adesanya to go to other gyms and learn 1 or 2 things? To go to other gyms and become well equipped to deal with someone like Alex Pereira. Wow. This promises to be probably the fight of the year. I foresee it being the fight of the year. For those of you that are checking this channel for the first time, thank you and welcome to Sporting Circuit. Please like, share, comment on the comment section. I want to know what you guys think. And subscribe to this channel. Stay blessed.
every time I fight, I risk losing, you know, what you guys deem as the prestigious, which it is, the belt and all that shit. But nah, I put it on the line because I'm not trying to just fight once and then I'll chill, parade as a champion and not risk so much. So yeah, I put it on the line, and this is what happens. Again, dare to be great, and I am.